Okusookera ddala akakiiko ke twaze okuteekawo olwaliro okulembeze lw'akakiiko kano ke tuyita Environment and Natural Resources kakulu nnyo kubanga Kampala erina obuzibu bungi muze mulaba abantu babasenda abamu tebabawadde chance kubawuliriza balina ensonga zaabwe abamu babaddeyo emyaka n'ebisiibo nga balina compensatingibwa abalala bagamba naye lwaki mumenye ono ate oli ne mumulekawo ate ekitundu kyekimu ensonga mpitirivu akakiiko kano bwe bukulu bwako obuzibu bwe tulina bwe tuza okulonda tugenza okulaba nga bannaffe abamu etteeka baagala litaputa mu ngeri bo gye balowooza kubanga etteeka liri clear liraga ani ayina okubeera omulonzi voter etteeka lyogera ku ba resident district commissioners kakati toyinza gamba mbu ne ba deputy resident district commissioners nabo balina okulonda kubanga etteeka si bwe ligamba etteeka ligamba nti executive director wa KCCA alina okulonda katoyinza gamba nti ne deputy executive director alina okulonda kubanga talimu mu tteeka era deputy executive director nakkiriza nti ye si mulonzi kakati lwaki oleeta ba deputy abalala okulonda kiba tekikkirizibwa mu mateeka bammeeya aba divisions etteeka liboogerako lyogera ku lord mayor lyogera ne ku bammeeya aba divisions lyogera ku executive director lyogera ne ku ba town clerk aba divisions tetubalowooza bulowooza nti kakati ne mayor wa division naye engeri lord mayor gyalonda noono naye alonde engeri idi gyalonda ne town clerk naye alonde etteeka lyakirambika bulungi so ffe tugamba nti etteeka bwe liba lyali lyagala deputy RDC abeera omu ku balonzi lyalibadde likyogera so tokiyingizaamu buyingizaawo kubanga olina byogezaako okubala so tetukanyiza ne bannaffe nga tugamba nedda etteeka liri clear so ne bagamba kale katulindirire Attorney General interpretation janaawa naye tugitunuleko tulabe of course Attorney General naye lawyer nga balawyer abalala tujja kulaba interpreter eyiye era naye tujekkenenye tulabe naye nga ffe tugamba nti etteeka liri clear etteeka kye litagamba tukiyingizaamu kubanga olina byogezaako okuyisaawo so awo we tukomye olwaleero naye nga tugamba nti akakiiko kano tukole butaweera okulaba nti kateekebwa mu nkola katandika obuvunaanyizibwa bwako kubanga abantu bali eyo babonaabona banyigirizibwa ate nga amaloboozi tegavaayo nga bwe kirina kubeera eno platform nkulu tugyetaaga ebeerewo Nema tugigambye nti sookera ddala enakukolera wamu n'akakiiko kano agala wano mu Kampala n'emiriraano so enteekateeka zonna ze babadde nazo tubasabye musooke mulindeko kubanga mubaddewo ebbanga lino lyonna mulindeko akakiiko kano tukateekeo kubanga kalina okubeerawo mu mateeka so katusuubire nti ate tebadduke speedi ne bakolakola obuntuntu awo nakiyo especially obumenya n'amateeka tulindirire akakiiko kano tukateekewo katambuze obuvunaanyizibwa bwako.
Extend my sincere thanks to the ED Nema for sparing time to be with us here and the EDKCCA for spearheading these processes. It's regrettable we could not proceed with the constitution of the committee, which is long overdue. This law came into force in 2019 and we needed this body in place yesterday. It's very, very unfortunate, but of course we have to take precautions as we embark on this process because we have to ensure that everything is done in accordance with the law. We don't want to breach the law because of expedience or at the altar of expedience. So it's inevitable that we have to first seek for guidance. Very unfortunate because when you look at the functions of the committee under Section 28, we needed to do all this work in earnest. You can look at the functions there. Called as a lead agency, I was telling the ED here, and the ED Nema, and I believe I am right in that thinking, that you see as KCCA, the lead agency, we are the ground structure for Nema. Because Nema is thin on ground. They cannot have a broad structure covering the whole of Uganda. It's not possible. And it was in that spirit that the framers of the law deemed it necessary and fitting to come up with the district committees as lead agencies. So on this note, I request that as we adjourn this matter, we pursue it expeditiously. That the Attorney General first tracks all the processes of coming up with the interpretation. But before even the interpretation comes, the minister in charge of this docket should be in position to come up with a statutory instrument, which instrument should have been made years ago. So that is a point to be noted by the team in charge. ED, you are aware, we are already concerned. There are petitions that were filed before Nema. You constituted the body to hear those petitions. And the members here would love to get to understand what, actually to be actively involved in those processes to ensure that there is justice in all that we are doing. Because the critical thing is justice, fairness in whatever processes that are being undertaken. The committee has not interfaced with the leaders here. We hoped that if your committee, headed by Dr. Jerome, we had hoped that after constituting this committee would be able to have the chairperson here, or the leadership of this committee, liaise with the committee at Nema to hammer out modalities of handling all these processes. That has not happened. So that puts us in a dilemma on how we are going to proceed going forward with all those operations being now undertaken by Nema, as well as the grievance handling committee or the review committee, which is provided for in section 132 of this Nema Act. Now that we have postponed the sitting, we humbly pray that ED, we give priority to the constitution of the committee and not to take action against our people until we have finalized all these processes, have harmonized all our operations. We maintain the position we have taken before, that let's first handle these processes, we work out modalities and proceed harmoniously in the same direction without any kind of confrontation or exchange. That is, I think, the understanding we have. And earlier on I had indicated to the ED Nema that this place is available for the review committee proceeding, the Dr. Jeremy committee. Because when we took the petitioners to Nema the other day, over 400 were in hundreds. There was no space to conduct the proceedings at Nema headquarters. So, ED here, KCCA, I indicated to him, and we had agreed to work out the necessary modalities. If possible, we conduct the proceedings from here. The Dr. Jerome committee can come here, but in the meantime, I don't know how we can proceed without the district committee, which is supposed to conduct all those activities under Section 28. It is the responsibility of this committee, which is not yet in place. Can we pend the proceedings to the constitution of the committee? Can we do that? I request that all other operations, the proceedings of the Dr. Jerome committee, the Nema review committee, we pend the proceedings to the constitution, because the constitution of this committee, because all these leaders, you see them here, they are really concerned about this. I humbly pray that we go by that in the interest of fairness and justice to all and sundry. That is my submission, ED and all of us. I hope we generate consensus.
That this matter will be, what's the matter name? Adjourned until we get formal interpretation of what the S means. And we want the secretary to this committee to please provide proper minutes of this interaction so that we take the next step. It's now my pleasure.
Have ascertained who a voting member is. So for that matter, I want to suggest that we refer this matter to the Attorney General for interpretation, so that we have a formal legal interpretation guiding us on how to proceed. In the meantime, I will also make sure that I push to expedite the minister finalizing the statutory instrument prescribing procedures. I beg to propose back to the chair.